Hello, my friends, and welcome back to Excellent Spoken Classes, your very own ESC. I am Jack, and I am so glad you are here with me today. We do not need heavy rules today. We are going to learn how to tell the beautiful story of your real life using 3 tiny, simple words that confuse so many beginners. Those words are was, did, and had. Just 3 words. I know they have caused you stress before. Perhaps you have mixed them up in a conversation and felt your heart freeze up, or perhaps you became quiet because you were not sure which one to use. I understand that feeling. It is completely natural to feel frustrated when you want to speak your mind, but the words feel like a tangled knot. But today, we are going to untangle that knot together very slowly, step by step. If you are ready to start this peaceful journey with me, please take a second to hit that subscribe button and give this video a gentle like. Your support means the world to me, and it helps our beautiful ESC family grow, so we can bring real, easy English to more people around the world who want to speak with confidence. Let us start our story by looking at the very first word, which was. I want you to close your eyes for a brief moment and think about yesterday morning. Imagine yourself waking up. The room might be warm or cool. How did your body feel inside? To express that inner feeling or to describe where you were in that moment, we use the word was. I want you to think of the word was not as a structural grammar rule, but as a soft, quiet cloud that surrounds you. It is the cloud of your mood, your inner feeling, or the space you are occupying. It is everything inside your heart and your body and the environment right around you. So, if you woke up yesterday and your body felt heavy and slow because you did not sleep enough, you would say, I was tired. It is simply the state of being inside your cloud. Let us build on that feeling. Imagine you open your door and look outside, and the wind is blowing hard. You look at your arms, and you see goosebumps. You are shivering. What is the cloud around you now? It is a cold cloud. So, you say, I was cold. This is your internal state and your physical situation. It is not an action you are doing with your hands. It is just how you exist in that moment of time. Now, let us move your story forward to a few hours later. You leave your home, and you travel to the place where you work or study. Imagine walking into that building. You sit down at your desk. You look around at the walls. Where are you? You are at your workplace. So, to describe your location, your environment, you bring back that helpful cloud and you say, I was at work. It is so simple, isn't it? You are just painting a picture of your morning for me. Let us look closer at that picture. Imagine your desk is piled high with folders, books, and loose sheets of paper. There is a mountain of things to read and process. You look at the pile, and suddenly your chest feels tight. Your heart starts to beat a little bit faster. What is that feeling inside you? It is pressure. It is stress. So, you look at me and you say, I was stressed. Notice how naturally the story comes together when you stop thinking about verbs and tenses and you just think about your actual life. You were inside a stressed cloud. Suddenly, your phone begins to ring. It is buzzing on the desk. At the same time, someone is knocking loudly on your door, asking you a question. You have 3 things happening at once. You do not have a free moment to rest. What is your situation? You say, I was busy. Let us repeat these beautiful, descriptive sentences together to let them sink deep into your mind. I was tired. I was cold. I was at work. I was stressed. I was busy. Every single one of these expressions describes your internal feeling or your external situation. It is the background of your life's movie. But a human being cannot just stay inside a cloud all day doing nothing, can they? If you just sit at your desk feeling stressed and busy without moving, your work will never be finished, and your life will stand completely still. To move the movie forward, you have to use your hands. You have to use your energy. You have to take action and complete tasks. This brings us beautifully to our second powerful word, which is did. If the word is your internal feeling, then the word did is your external action. I want you to imagine a crisp, clean sheet of paper in front of you with a list of tasks. A checklist when you put your energy into the world, when you move your body to finish a task, and you physically check it off that list with a pen. That is when you use did. Did means an action is finished and complete. It is strong, and it shows that you did something active. So, you look at that mountain of papers on your desk, you take a deep breath, you pick up your pen, and you begin to write and read. You spend hours working hard. When you finally finish, you look at your checklist and make a big mark. You look at me and say, I did my work. You do not say, I was my work, because you are not a pile of papers. You are the person who took action. You did your work. Let us think about other tasks that require your physical energy and effort. Imagine you are a student, or you are taking a class to improve your life. Your teacher hands you a page of questions to answer at home. You carry that paper home. You sit at your kitchen table in the evening, and you focus your mind to write down the answers. You are spending your valuable energy. When the last line is written, you close your book. What did you just do? You complete a task. So, you say, I did my homework. It is a specific task checked off your mental list. What about your physical health? Imagine waking up early in the morning before the sun comes up. You put on your running shoes. You go outside, or you go to a room, and you begin to move your body, lifting weights or running to make your heart strong. This is a big effort. It takes sweat and determination. It is a health task. So, when you are finished and wiping the sweat from your forehead, you look in the mirror and say, I did exercise. Let us listen to how beautiful these words sound when they show your productivity. I did my work. I did my homework. I did exercise. Do you see the clear pattern here? Work, homework, and exercise are all active duties that require you to push your energy out into the world. Was stays inside your body as a feeling, but did travels outside your body as a finished action. Let us try to weave these two threads together into a small tapestry of your day. Think about how naturally we can connect them. Yesterday morning, I was tired. That was my feeling. But I did exercise. That was my action. Then, I was at work. That was my situation. And I did my work. That was my completed task. Look at what you just created. You just told a beautiful, fluent story of a productive day, and you did it without searching through a single painful grammar rule. You just looked at your life and painted the picture. But sometimes as we travel through our day, we meet situations that are not exactly an internal feeling, and they are not a simple task we can do with our hands. Let us imagine a specific situation to see where our story needs a new path. Imagine you are at your office, and your manager calls you into a large room. There is a long table, and several people are sitting around it talking, sharing ideas, and looking at a screen. This is a meeting. When the meeting ends and you walk out of the room, how do you tell someone about it? A beginner might say, I did a meeting. It sounds like it makes sense, because you were there, right? But if you say I did a meeting, it sounds a little bit strange to a native speaker. Why is that? Because a meeting is not a simple task you perform alone with your hands like homework or exercise. A meeting is an event. It is an experience in time that you participate in. You do not create the meeting by yourself. You live through it. To talk about experiencing an event or possessing a moment in time, we need our third and final magical word, which is had. I want you to imagine a beautiful, comfortable backpack on your shoulders. As you walk through the hours of your day from morning until night, you are walking down a path, and you are collecting experiences, moments, and situations. You place these moments inside your backpack, and you carry them with you. This backpack does not hold physical objects like books or water bottles. It holds the memories and experiences of your day. So, when you attend that gathering around the big table, you are experiencing an event that belongs to your daily schedule. You are carrying that event with you. Therefore, you say, I had a meeting. It means you lived through that experience. Let us think of another example that fits into your backpack. Imagine you are sitting at your computer, typing quietly, when suddenly the screen turns black. You press the buttons, but nothing happens. You try to turn it on, but it stays completely dead. In that exact moment, you have collected something unexpected in your day. You have collected a point of trouble. It is now sitting inside your backpack. So, you call for help and you say, I had a problem. You do not say I was a problem, because you are a wonderful person, not a broken computer. And you do not say I did a problem, because you did not break it on purpose. It is simply an experience you are facing. So you say, I had a problem. Let us look at how this backpack holds larger blocks of time as well. Sometimes you have a day where everything seems to go wrong. You spill your tea in the morning. You miss your bus. You lose your favorite pen. And your computer breaks down. The entire experience of those 24 hours feels heavy and uncomfortable. You are carrying a very heavy weight in your backpack. When you finally get home and sit on your couch, you sigh deeply, look at your family, and say, I had a bad day. The whole day was an experience that belonged to you. What about when you are looking at your watch every few minutes? You see the hands moving fast. You have to run to the train. You have to finish a report, and you do not even have 60 seconds to sit down and rest. You look inside your backpack of experiences, and you see that there are no empty minutes left for you to use. You possess 0 extra time. So, you tell your friend, I had no time. Let us bring these beautiful examples together so your ears can get used to the natural rhythm of the word had. I had a meeting. I had a problem. I had a bad day. I had no time. Meeting, problem, day, and time are not emotions inside you, and they are not manual tasks you do with your hands. They are pieces of life that you experience and carry with you. Had is the word for your experiences. Now that we have discovered the unique secret of each word, we are standing at the most exciting part of our lesson. We are going to combine all 3 words into one single, magnificent sentence that tells a complete story. We are going to take the cloud of feeling, the checklist of action, and the backpack of experience, and weave them together. Imagine you are talking to me about your day yesterday. Let us start with your internal state, your feeling. You felt exhausted, so you say, yesterday I was tired. Now, let us open your backpack and see what you experienced during those hours. You carried an enormous amount of duties on your schedule, so you say, I had a lot of work. Finally, let us look at your actions and your checklist to see what you achieved with your energy. You completed every single task successfully, so you say, and I did everything. Now let us say that entire beautiful thought together in one breath, slowly and smoothly. Yesterday, I was tired. I had a lot of work, and I did everything. Just listen to that. It sounds absolutely beautiful. It sounds completely natural, like a native speaker describing their day. And the best part is that your brain did not have to suffer through rules about past tenses or sentence structures. You just painted a masterpiece of your life by choosing the cloud, the backpack, and the checklist. But before we move into our interactive practice session, we must take a short walk together into a very special place I like to call the Mistake Lab. The Mistake Lab is a safe room where we look at the common traps and bad habits that beginners often fall into. We look at them not to feel bad, but to understand why they happen so we can fix them forever. Sometimes when we are learning a new language, our old habits try to sneak back into our minds and trick us. So, let us put on our imaginary safety goggles, step inside the lab, and fix 3 very common mistakes. The first mistake I hear so many students make is when they say, "I did my work." Let us look closely at that. Did my work. Do you see what happened there? The speaker is trying to use the cloud of feeling and the checklist of action at the exact same time. But you cannot be an internal feeling and an external action in the same moment. Writing your reports or cleaning your space is a task, a direct action that takes energy. It belongs on your checklist. It does not belong in a cloud. So, we must remove the word "was" completely. The correct, clean way to say it is simply "I did my work." Check. Check. The mistake is fixed. Let us look at the second mistake in our lab. A student might look at me and say, "I did tired yesterday." Let us examine this. I did tired. Can you physically do tired with your hands? Can you put tired on a sheet of paper and check it off a list? No, you cannot. Tired is not a task. Tired is a physical sensation that fills your body. It is an internal state that surrounds you like a cloud. Since it is a feeling and a situation, it needs our first word, not our second. So we remove the word "did." We bring back our soft cloud, and we fix the sentence by saying, "I was tired." It feels so much better and softer to say it that way, doesn't it? Now let us look at the third and final mistake in our lab, which trips up so many people. A beginner will often say, "I had go to work yesterday." I hear this so frequently. I had go to work. This expression is broken because had is for an experience you carry, but go is a physical movement, an action of traveling from one place to another. They do not fit together nicely like that. To fix this, we have 2 very simple choices, depending on what you want to say. If you just want to say that you moved from your house to your office in the past, you should use the simple past version of the word go, which is went. So, you can say, "I went to work." That is smooth, direct, and clear. But what if you want to express that going to work was a duty, an obligation that you were carrying inside your backpack as a responsibility? If it was something you had to carry out, then you must add 1 tiny word to connect them. You must add the word "to." You say, "I had to go to work." That little word "to" changes everything and makes the sentence grammatically beautiful. So, your 2 correct choices are, "I went to work," or "I had to go to work." We have cleaned up the errors. We have understood the patterns. And now the Mistake Lab is officially closed. Now, my wonderful friends, it is time for us to practice together. This is the most important part of our video, because language is not just something you sit and listen to. It is something you must speak out loud. We are going to have a real, natural conversation. Just you and me. I want you to imagine that the busy day is finally over. The sun has gone down, and the evening is peaceful and cool. You and I are meeting at a beautiful, warm coffee shop. I am sitting across from you at a small wooden table, and I am holding a hot, steaming cup of coffee in my hands. I look up at you, I smile warmly, and I want to know all about how your day went. I am going to ask you a question, and then I want you to speak your answer out loud to me. Do not be afraid. Speak clearly and slowly. After you speak, I will repeat the correct answer on your behalf, so you can check your speech and feel confident that you are doing it perfectly. Let us begin our coffee shop conversation. Hey there, it is so good to see you tonight. I just sat down with my coffee, and I have been waiting to catch up with you. Tell me, how was your day today? Were you feeling okay this morning? Now, I want you to respond to me out loud. Tell me that you felt very happy this morning. Use your cloud word. Speak now. Excellent. You said, I was happy this morning. That is exactly right, because happiness is an internal feeling, a beautiful cloud around you. Now, let us continue our conversation. I smile, take a sip of my coffee, and ask you another question. Oh, I am so glad to hear that you woke up with a smile. It is always wonderful to start the day with a good feeling. But tell me about your schedule. Did you have an event or a meeting at your office or school today? Now, it is your turn to speak to me. Tell me that you had a very long meeting today. Remember your backpack word for experiences and events. Speak your answer out loud now. Wonderful. On your behalf, the perfect sentence is, I had a long meeting today. You used the backpack word beautifully, because a meeting is an event that you experienced on your schedule. Let us keep the conversation flowing naturally. I nod my head and look at you with interest. Wow, a long meeting can be very tiring. Sometimes those long discussions take up so much energy. What did you do after that meeting finished? Did you manage to complete your projects and tasks on your desk? Now, turn to your checklist. Tell me out loud that you finished and completed all your work. Use your action word. Speak to me now. Brilliant. On your behalf, the voice of our audience says, I did all my work. That is exactly right. You chose the checklist word because completing your work is an active task where you put your energy out into the world. Let us take a deep breath and keep going. I smile and say to you, you are incredibly productive. You should be very proud of yourself for getting everything done after such a long meeting. But tell me, how do you feel right now in this moment? Your body looks a little bit relaxed, but sleepy. How is your physical state right now as we sit here? Now look at your inner cloud. Tell me out loud that you feel relaxed, but a little bit tired right now. Speak your answer to me. Perfect. On behalf of our wonderful audience, the answer is, I was relaxed, but now I am tired, or simply, I was tired after a long day. You are identifying your feelings with total accuracy. Let us try another real-life situation to build your confidence even higher. Imagine we are not in a coffee shop anymore. Imagine you are arriving home, and a family member or a close friend looks at you and asks about your afternoon. I will play the role of your family member now. Welcome home. I am so glad you are back. I noticed that you were rushing out of the house this afternoon, looking very worried. What happened this afternoon? Was everything okay with your car or your phone? Now, I want you to respond to me. Tell me that you experienced a big problem with your phone this afternoon. Remember which word belongs to an unexpected experience you carry in your backpack. Speak your response out loud. Amazing. On your behalf, the family answer is, I had a big problem with my phone. You used had perfectly because a problem is an experience you carry with you. Let us see what happened next. I look at you with a concerned face and ask, oh no, a phone problem is so frustrating. We rely on our phones for everything these days. What did you do to fix it? Did you take any action to solve the problem? Now, look at your checklist of actions. Tell me that you fixed it by yourself. Or simply say you did a repair. Let us keep it simple. Tell me I did a repair, or I did some research to fix it. Speak your action out loud now. Exceptional. On behalf of the audience, you said, I did a repair, or I did my best to fix it. Did is the perfect choice here, because trying to fix something is a physical task that requires effort and concentration. Let us finish this afternoon's story. I smile with relief and say to you, I am so happy that you were able to handle it. You are so good at solving problems quickly. How did you feel after the phone finally started working again? Was your mind at peace? Now, tell me about your emotional cloud. Tell me that you felt very relieved and calm. Speak your feeling out loud. Beautifully done. On your behalf. The final line of our story is, I was very relieved. You chose was because relief is a soft, comforting feeling that fills your heart and your body. Look at what we just accomplished together in this practice session. You took part in 2 completely natural, real-life English conversations. You moved between feelings, actions, and experiences effortlessly. You spoke about your clouds, your checklists, and your backpacks like a natural speaker. This is the power of learning slowly, deeply, and without fear. Your English is not a test you need to pass. It is just a beautiful tool to share who you are, how you feel, and what you do with the world. Never forget our golden rule for today. Tell your story, not grammar. When you speak, do not look for textbook chapters. Just look at your life and describe the picture. I want to thank you so much for spending your valuable time with me today here at Excellent Spoken Classes. You did an amazing job, and I am incredibly proud of your effort. Before you close this video, I have a special challenge for you to keep your practice alive. I want you to scroll down to the comments section right now and write your own short story of yesterday using our 3 magical words. Write 1 sentence showing your feeling with the word was, 1 sentence showing your action with the word did, and 1 sentence showing your experience with the word had. Fill those blanks with your actual life and paint your unique picture for us. I promise you that I read every single comment that you write, and I cannot wait to read the beautiful stories of your lives. If this gentle lesson helped you feel more confident and broke you free from confusing rules, please give this video a big like and subscribe to our ESC family so you never miss a peaceful lesson with me. Let us drop the heavy textbooks together and start speaking our true lives in English. Thank you again, my wonderful friends. Take care of yourselves, keep a smile on your face, and I will see you in our very next lesson. Bye for now and keep practicing.